just remove that. And then I'm there. Hi, everyone. Hi, Brenda Kruger says, Anjanette, I'm here. Just grabbed coffee. Cool, cool. Debbie's Joy says, I can't wait to see the finished video. And Brenda also says hi to Debbie's Joy. Well, I will tell you, the video is practically done. I've probably got another 3 animations to add. And then I'm going to pick it apart and fine tune and see what else I want to change to it. And then if we finish it in time, then maybe we can play around with other stuff or in between. So if anyone has some special requests, we haven't done any funny memes of anyone in the fellowship in a while. So if I see any requests, I will religiously follow instructions without question. So, yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to see. But, yeah. So, let me quickly add to stage. Shall we start with Brenda Kruger? Yes, Brenda says that she's got a feeling she'll play this one a lot. Well, I will tell you for free. It's become an earworm pretty damn quickly with me as well. Because I've played it now, I don't know. I mean, obviously, when I'm animating, it gets played a lot. I'm going to be fiddling with this turtleneck all night, but it's quite chilly here, so I was getting cold. Anyway, I've been singing it in my head the whole time. I sent it to a friend of mine who's never heard it before, and she says it's now an earworm with her. So it's quite a catchy tune, which is nice. Why are we doing that? Let me just check what's happening. Okay, I need to add to stage. So here we go. Let me first get it to the beginning. Okay, so you guys ready to hide this cat Matt? This cat Matt says, hello, Debbie, Brenda. It's excellent to see all of you. Jesus Christ bless you with excellent. Yes, the song is brilliant. Matt, I've changed quite a bit since I sent you that earlier. I keep tweaking. And I know that there's certain scenes that I want to change as well, but my process is to map it all out and to fill all the, the whole, so that I know I've got animations from beginning to end. Hi, Cheryl Gopan, and hi, Debbie, Deb. And yeah, hi, and thank you at the StatMac. Debbie's Joy is also in chat. So anyway, so what I like to do is I like to map it all out so that I have the full song animated. So sometimes I will put place scenes. So it's like just keeping a place for me to put another animation in its place, but I just haven't thought of anything yet, or I just know that I'm not sure if it fits. Okay. So shall I play the song? And we see where we end up. So let me add this to stage. It's not finished. As I said, there's probably hi, Lidleth. Lidleth also says hi to me. So as I said, there's still about 30 seconds, of which 5 could be my outro, which my name is right in the front. So I probably don't need an outro, but we definitely need to round it off with something. So I'm going to play it. Be kind, but do not hesitate to tell me if you think there's something that doesn't work, because this is going to be a group effort. Okay. So here goes. No. I don't know how to get my screen back to normal. Just give me a second here. I need to figure out, I pushed a button. So now there's a teleprompter here that I do not want there. Comments. Okay, we're back on the comment section. I don't know how to, okay, and I am there, I think. Maximize. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay, I already spotted the first mistake. There was a scene right at towards the end where he's on top of the mountain. And then there's like a little piece that shows the cross to the left to the right on a mountain over there. That has to come out because I moved that scene to where just before he enters the lake. And I only just see now that it's still stuck there. Okay, but did you guys enjoy that? Was there anything else, any other mistakes you spotted before we get cracking on it? Because, yeah, there's still a bit I want to do on this, but I thought it would be fun to finish it with you guys live. Well, as much as we can, I mean. So let's just go into edit mode and let me, how do I put this back on the screen? Okay, I need to figure out buttons again. Sorry. I need to minimize myself. Okay, there we go. I've minimized. And I don't know how to get this back. Full screen. Okay, no, that's not quite what we wanted, although I don't mind being off camera for sure. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, give me a second just to figure this out. I don't want a solo layout. Okay, that's fine. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove and then add to stage. Okay, there we go. Panic averted. Okay, so I just want to quickly catch up with chat and see if anyone had any suggestions. Astrid is in chat and Cheryl Gopan. Welcome, both of you. Awesome to see you here. Let's see. Matty's reminding everyone to smash the like button because I never remember. I'm sorry. And Angel. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Did you see the beginning of the song? I changed it totally from what I sent you earlier. Well, not totally, but there's a lot I changed. And it's probably not finished yet. So I'm going to probably go off into my own world quite a bit while I'm working on this because I sort of get into a zone. So let's get into edit mode because I want to go and fix that first mistake I spotted. So, listen, please let me know because I think that this scene that sticks out like a sore thumb. It just, in my opinion, it doesn't work. How many seconds is it? 4.7. The whole animation is that. Maybe if I sort of did that, but I just think it sticks out too much. It doesn't really blend. I suppose if I use that section, you see the water in the distance, and then maybe it works. Okay, so that one, let me know. Does it stay or does it go? Chat. This part I'm also not 100% about, but I like the way it went from that. Worked. We were going to save the cross. Remember Debbie's Joy? I think it was you who said we must save it for right at the end. Okay, so you reckon I must let the flowers stay? I do think that this works better though. I've just gone to the end. So if you look here, so it sort of zooms out and you see the water. So that to me works better. I should have just thought of that earlier. But in any case, so the cross bit changed a bit. I'm just not sure about that. I would maybe rather let that start there. But then it just feels very short before it goes there. So that's something to do. I've got to remember how long these little bits are because it's timed out so that this lines up with Receive Amazing Grace. this is one of the extra scenes that I shot. I get all movie director here. In the beginning, we just had, the camera sort of tracking through the forest with the river. But I felt that there with Your Amazing Grace, I receive it, I receive it. I wanted that symbolism of him standing there, because all the rays were already coming down from the through the trees. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if the rays actually landed on him as those lyrics landed? So I think that worked out nicely. The butterfly, next decision, ladies and gentlemen. The butterfly. It's only in 3.4 seconds. I must remember that. This is the whole sequence. But the butterfly sort of defies physics. How many seconds did I say? Can you remember? I think it was 3.4. It's important because it lines up with for other lyrics to hit. Did I say 3.4? No, it was 3.4. So anyway, so the little butterflies there. I did that just so that it's not all forest and that you see other elements as well. And then we're back to there with the little meadow. Now, I was originally, that little bit with the flowers that I didn't feel fit somewhere else? I was originally going to put it there, which I did, and then it stuck out like a sore thumb even more. So I took it out. So then I just went back to this. Did you guys notice as well that if we go back here, okay, there's two chappies in this animation, and it's because I don't have the time to go back and still try and get continuity on the look, because ChatGPT, between it and Grok, to try and keep the image of the man exactly the same all the way through is a nightmare. And I don't have that kind of patience. So I thought, you know what? There's two guys in this animation. So that one there, okay, he's got a backpack on, but he's our heavier guy. And somebody asked me today if it was Jay. And the little bit where he's standing under the rays in the river, that looks a bit like Jay. So we'll pretend it's Jay. So anyway, so there, and then this one is thinner, but he doesn't have a back, or he could have a backpack on for all I know. Then we've got the backpack guy again. And then there's our heavier guy. This is Jay. Not heavy, just nice and solid. So there's our J guy. And then that's the J guy going off one direction. And then we have our backpack guy again. And then I also put of that long sequence. Hi, Matt Fun Cool. We're busy nitpicking my video to see what we can do. So the butterfly, it was a long sequence of about 20 seconds. I just took a little piece of that and stuck it in there again. It's just to break the monotony of going from that to that to that. So I stuck that in there. And then this is one of those where I feel that someone up there has got a hand over this, because I didn't animate it like this. It just did it. Now, I think it's because ChatGPT gives the lyrics to Grok in the prompt. So just look at that. You shine a light of amazing grace. And there's the cross and the amazing grace sort of shining off from the cross. So it's almost like the sun in the background has just hit the back of the cross and is doing that. I thought that just looked amazing. So I had to line that up perfectly with that lyric. Okay. Then that scene, I wasn't sure about either, but I've left it. It's what I call a placekeeper until I maybe find or can cut another scene that's better. And then this scene here, when I played it for you guys yesterday, this is a scene that was originally right at the beginning. So I don't know if you noticed, I took out all the the green bits, because I thought I'd rather have that, because the animation opens with that I would rather have him standing on the mountain and the camera swoops and it sort of goes to that spot, which then leads into this. And then this is where the lyric hits about him, water is life. So anyway, so I just reintroduced those scenes here again. When he's coming from the beach and he is now, and these were earlier images that were generated by ChatGPT yesterday when I started mapping out the song. But I felt the flowers were too bright for the earlier mood in the beginning where I wanted to stick to blues and lilacs and purples and whatever. But I've reintroduced it here because we've moved into the song and it can have a little bit more color. Let me just quickly catch up here because I am waffling on. But yeah, I do get kind of wrapped up in this. Okay, so we've said hello to Matt Fun. What? Matt Fun Cool. Hi, Warbin. I trust you're keeping well. And Matt, there was something you said. The nature scenes are great because Grace is described as being as abundant as the ocean is like rain or water that falls over you and like light shining on you. So you hit everything. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. I wanted to use nature to animate it because it's a very spiritual and Christian song. And I just felt that it didn't need extra drama. It just needed the wonders of nature that we see every day around us. And sometimes we're not even tuned into it. Well, especially not if you live in a city, I suppose. But it's just, if you drive to work in the morning and you see a sunset or a sunrise and everything is just perfect, then you know there is a presence. Okay, let me just see. Okay, I think I've caught up with chat, which is good. So we moved off into the flowers. This is another scene that I wasn't sure of because I cut this scene like 5 times. Okay, 2.7, just remind me, it's 2.7. It sort of I suppose I could have left it like that. No, because when it starts, there's no man, or the man disappears very quickly. Do you see that? The man's gone. There he is, and then he's just gone. So I had to cut the beginning so that he's not there. But it does, okay, 2.6. Let's just bring it back a bit. Dear Lord. 2 point. Sorry, this requires fine finger work. Geez. Apple, stopping at twat. Okay. This scene actually carries on to that. It sort of transitions to that. But there was other footage that I shot. Maybe I'll end up using this. Anyway, let's just take it back to 2.7, which was there. And then this was another scene. This one's 10. Okay, it's on 10. So this was the second scene I shot where he where he sort of crosses the river and he runs that way. So I spliced the two together just to make a slightly longer animation. But I'm still not sure because it sort of goes from there and then I reintroduced the end of the other one. So not sure. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, and then we just cut to the top of that's the piece that needs to come out. Damn it. Okay, so that piece must come out. Because I wanted it to go from there, and now he's at the top of the mountain, and it swivels, and there's a cross. And then he's at the bottom of the lake, so it looks like it could be. When I cut it from that angle, then it looks like it could be on level with the lake instead of he's still on top of the hill, actually. Okay, so then he goes into the water. And I thought this came out fine. I wasn't a fan of the fact that he goes in like that, and 2 seconds later he's turned, well, a split second later he comes out. But didn't that end nicely? And now we need to animate the rest. So is everyone on board for this? Okay, so let's stick that there. And I think ChatGPT is there now. Okay, so immersion, natural human movement lock. I just want to have a look and see. Okay, so Grok has suggested, ChatGPT has suggested 3 sequences to sort of finish out the last 30 seconds that I still have to animate, excluding my outro image. So I just want to tell it, and we've been a little bit temperamental today, has ChatGPT. So yeah. Okay, so let me say, please generate the image for sequence. Oh, geez, now I'm on. Please generate the image for sequence 1. Okay, so it went very quick. Debbie's Joy says it's going to be great. I hope so. Did you guys like what you saw so far? Because now you can be honest, I'm not gonna start crying and stop streaming. I can handle criticism. Matt says he thinks ChatGPT runs on compliments directed towards it. Yes, it does, because it will tell me this is what it thinks. And then I will say, but I don't think that's going to work because of this, this, and this. Or I'll just straight out say, no, I don't like your idea. I think this is better. And then it will turn around and just fawn and say, oh, yes, you're right, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes I actually have to say to ChatGPT, please don't blow sunshine up my backside. If you think it's not going to work, tell me, like it's a human being. And then it will then proceed to tell me that it still thinks I'm right. So I think it is sort of programmed to always be agreeable. Oh, Brenda Kruger says she's going to show it to her minister when it's done. Yeah. I just think it's such a lovely song that it just didn't need overly dramatic images. Okay, this is supposed to be the sequence, the image for. Okay, but he's just come out of the water. Okay. ChatGPT, he has already. Why? Okay. What the? Let me breathe, because for some reason the speaker thing is just fucking delayed today. And I mustn't swear. Calm down. If he, okay. This is the scene where he is emerging from the water. So he's already been in the water, he's been baptized, he's coming out. Why have you got him facing the water? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the still from the last and the last sequence so that you can see what he's supposed to look like. Anyway, we go here. And that's the last sequence. But let me just see if I can find one to show what he looks like. I don't know if ChatGPT can animate based on this. And there isn't really, because we've sort of been specific specific about not showing his face. So I think that's about the closest we're going to get. So let me give that to ChatGPT so it has something to work from. Now we might end up with a chippy chappy that looks totally different to what he started off with, but at this point we already have 3 different characters. So I just, you know what, the Virgo in me just has to make peace with certain things, because what does the singer of this song say? Better done than perfect. So I will just stick with that. So I'm going to send that to myself on WhatsApp so that I can give this to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can use that as the base image to continue with the animation. Okay, so I've done that. Then I can get rid of that. WhatsApp, I don't think I've got anything incriminating there for anyone. Let me just do this quickly. Oh, crap. Oh, shit. Sorry. Let me just do this. I want to archive. There. Okay, so now there's nothing weird. No one's personal business is lying in my WhatsApps. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to give it to Grok. And just say, you see, I want to paste, but it's taking an age to actually paste for me. And Mummy wasn't born with patience. Okay, sorry, I just asked my husband to put the fan on like full ball on me because it was very cold earlier on. We had major thunderstorms and everything. And I put on a polar neck because I freeze for nothing. And now I'm starting to spritz and die of the heat here. But thank goodness for fans. Matt wants to know, did you come up with a story or scenario for the people in the video? No. Let me know what you mean, Matt. Even if you send me a WhatsApp, or if you want to drop it in here, that's fine. Brenda says, and if everyone in the congregation sends it to someone, it could be in lots of churches around the world. Wouldn't that be awesome for Mr. Bask? Because that is such an underrated song. I'm just going to go back there and ChatGPT is just fighting me on everything. Please use this as the base image for him emerging from the water after the baptism ritual. Please remember to keep it visually interesting and camera angles. Okay, so we want a prompt. It's just seriously delayed. And I don't know if it's our Wi-Fi. I don't think so, because everything else is working. Matt says, you try to come up with a story that I try to convey. Well, the story is supposed to be the chap is just, on a hike. Maybe he's on a hike 2 different days or 3 different days of the week or something. Or it's a couple of different chaps. I have no idea, Matt. If I'd had continuity, on the physical appearance of the man that's sort of moving through. I could have said, yes, it's a man that's going on a hike, reconnecting with his spiritual self, seeing signs of God everywhere around him in nature. Or maybe it's a man that enjoys walking in nature and is often reminded that God is actually all around us. So that is sort of what my basis was and my thinking was for the song that I based it on. But as I said, between ChatGPT and Grok, the continuity was kind of shot on the man himself. So the J man is some of them, which kind of fits. And then the other one is just a back, it's the thinner guy. Maybe we'll call him the Dan guy because we never see his face. I don't like to actually animate Dan to put him in these songs because I think that would be too much, and I think that would be definitely crossing a line because you never want to. I mean, my videos, clearly, I always put his name out front center because he is the artist and he is kind enough to let a person use his music to express yourself artistically. So I always make sure his name is out front there. But I think to go and use his actual face in the animations, that would just be too much. There would be people out there that would think it is him in the video. I have had people ask me questions, about, oh, that doesn't look like Dan. And then I'm like, well, it's not supposed to be Dan. I just think that's crossing a line. That would be abusing AI, in my opinion. Okay, so we've got our animation prompt, and we know from previous thingies that we're going to switch back to my iPad because I use the iPad because the iPad and the laptop are synced for ChatGPT. So it's quicker than, I get better results if I animate on my iPad. And also if it's on my iPad, I can seamlessly take it over to the Grok app and application. And from Grok, I can seamlessly get it into my movie app. I also say, Debbie, an average anonymous person is the right choice. I mean, it really, really would just be beyond the pale to actually try and sort of AI image him. I mean, you just don't do something like that. I think that would just be in, horribly poor taste. Okay. And paste. So this is now these are the 3 animations that are supposed to now finish out the song. And then I might still pick it apart a bit more before I actually post it. But I will definitely give chat credit when I post it for artistic input. And every man. Yeah. An average, every man anonymous person, says Debbie's Joy. Yes. Miss Dawn, hi girl, how are you? I kind of like that. I think that's awesome. What do you guys think? I'm going to generate it the second time to see if we get something different. Let me just take the sound off. But I think that suits, it's not just him coming out the water and, oops, there he goes again. He has to take a moment to absorb what he's gone through. Because the idea is that he's reconnected with God, or maybe he's always been connected. But my thinking is that he's reconnected with his journey through all the different where he sees God and everything in nature. So he's done a little self-baptism ritual and he's come out of the water. So I think this is fitting. And he don't look nothing like Dan. So we are safe there. So I just want to save it, and then I'm going to regenerate, because sometimes, no, not sometimes, every time you regenerate, it will give you something different. I must remember to look actually at the camera, because if I look at the camera, I'm looking at all of you. Oh, goodness me. I would never make a good actress, eh? Discat Matt says, it feels like the man is coming out of the water too quickly. You may want to insert a nature shot before he comes out of the water. We could do that. Maybe I could put my flower scene there. Let's just, oh, now he's wearing shorts and he's supposed to. I could cut it. He's not supposed to be wearing shorts. And in the first animation, if I've got it correct, I don't know, Matt. I think this works because it's giving you different camera angles. This first one that I did, because it's not just on him, and then it comes to him, and then you've got a bit with nature and the sun shining down on him, and you almost feel that that's like a spiritual blessing. This bit over here. So I think that with the way this one is shot, is it gives you everything. I'm going to slot it in and see, because this was the first one. Let's go back there. And then let's just see if we need to edit it so that it sort of matches. This is the same one. Okay, so I've got to get rid of the audio. So I detach audio and I throw it away. Okay, let's see. Okay, I was just reading chat again. I need to tweak that. Let me just see here, because this needs to transition, or otherwise there has to be enough of a cut that it's sort of from a different angle, because it's not flowing smoothly. So his hands go up. You see, you know what the difference is? It's the light. There's the light, and then we sort of lose the light for a second. So we definitely need to, maybe I need to use this instead of my stubby finger. No, it's just being an ass. See, I need to get the light back. Why is the light gone? There. So if it goes from there, no. Why does it feel like the light disappears for a second? So it's there, and then it goes. Yeah, we do lose the light, which is sad, because the light is supposed to be there, and the jump from there to there just feels too sudden, but I want the light over there. I like the way it goes down again. So maybe what I must do is go to here, and then where it goes down again. Let's see if that works. Shave about 8 frames off that sequence. The movement has his arms too low at the beginning. Okay. Is that what I think? That's what I just tried to do, Matt. Am I now on the right? Okay, so there. And then we go from there. Or maybe. Is that the right one? Let me just check. Go back here. That was the original one. And then this was the second one. But we cannot now have him. Hard lock. His pants are long pants. Oh, geez, king pants. We're going to have pants with kings on them. Long. I don't know what what's his name was doing. Oh, okay, thanks. But it still didn't feel like it lined up for me. So I'm going to just try and generate one or two more because we have time and we can go for perfection. Not that it's ever perfect, but I mean, we can at least get a little closer to lining it up. Okay. I think I'm up to date with everyone in chat. Okay, his pants are long. Okay, I almost like this one better. Let's save it. And just for variety, I'll just generate another one. Okay. Is everyone still enjoying this? I hope so. I'm trying to think how many hours I worked on this. I worked on it for probably about 2 hours when I woke up. And then probably from about 2 o'clock. Wowza. Okay, he lost his shirt and that's not what was supposed to happen, but damn. Sorry. His shirt must stay on 2. I like the other one, so I think I will just generate it one more time. Grok was looking after the ladies in my chat with that one. And it's exactly the same animation prompt. The only thing I said is keep the pants must be long. So I didn't know if Grok saw it as a trade-off, trade off the sort of thought, okay, gave him long pants, let's take the shirt away. You think? My husband's laughing his ass off. Some men get abs after they're baptized. I gained water weight. Oh, Matty, you funny. Okay, so this is the other one. I like the way his arms are out like that. It's sort of, and especially with the cross in the background there. Okay, let's save it. And before he loses any more items of clothing, let's go back here. We're going to take that one out. Oh, geez, let me not take the wrong one. Okay, so that's when he's come out of the water. Get rid of that one. And those two are exactly the same. Then this was the first one that I liked. Wendy says, oh, okay, that was interesting entrance. So, hey, and good evening, Anjanette and Jerris chat. I knew you'd get a kick out of it, Wendy. Okay, so what happened? Oh, yes, I was sneak previewing. Wendy threw me off. Okay, so we've got that one. So that's number 1. Chat, you need to vote. That was number 1. And then this is number 2. Which I think is pretty much the same thing, isn't it? No, man, that's exactly the same animation. Let me see where I missed the plot. Okay. That was that one, which I think we've already saved. Then we have this one. Okay, that was shirtless guy. Shirtless guy. Just because I'm wicked. And this is for Wendy. And Astrid. Astrid's a single lady. I don't think we've got this one yet. Or do we? Yeah, that was with the shorts on. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, not short guy. This one. Matt, this is the one. Wendy's very excited. Okay, I think this is the one I like because it's got all the elements that we wanted. So, unfortunately, okay, so he goes into the water and he comes out. And then, why does it look like the same one? Is this not saving? Or am I tripping? Is it the same one? Oh, that's a terrible phrase, considering that I've never even been tipsy in my life. I don't drink, it tastes like shite. Never acquired the taste. And cigarettes stink, so I don't smoke. Okay, I think we're going to go with that one. And I don't think we need to cut the scene because it's varied enough. So there he goes. Did you notice how quickly 1 minute his shoes? Yeah, okay. You know what? He's me. He's Virgo. Because his shoes are already there, but he picks them up and he just moves them a little bit more because he's not happy where they are. And off he goes. And this part I didn't really like because I felt that he goes in one way and he comes out the other way. But I suppose symbolically it could work because he's always had his back to us. So I think the fact that he goes in with his back to us and then comes out facing us represents renewal. So you know what? I think it actually works. And you've got the cross right there. So anyway, there he comes out of the water, arms akimbo. And he keeps right. Oh, that's actually a fantastic camera angle. Did you see that, Matt? Matt went to film school, so that's why I think him and I didn't. But I've done enough of these to get excited. I've watched enough movies in my day to get excited. So that's a brilliant. You see how nicely it just flows from there. His arms are in the right place, and then the camera pushes in. And then his head goes down, and the blessing comes down from above. And I think that's just sublime. Everyone else happy? Move on. I'm going to, because we still need him coming out of the water. So that was supposed to be the coming out of the water shot. So I'm just going to use this. This is a trick. So if anyone is playing with ChatGPT and Grok, when you want continuity, this is what I do. Because if I have to say to Grok, generate me the next image, I'm not Grok, ChatGPT, or even Grok, I am never going to get this. So I just use this as my base image. It just makes sure that you've got perfect continuity. Maybe I should have done that with the others, then I wouldn't have had a Jay and this chap. But you know what? Jay needed to be in it. He had a tough week, so we've given him a cameo inadvertently. And oh no, I don't need to save this. Actually, I do want to save it to my photos. And then I'm going to go to, oh man, what am I doing? Okay, so there he's out of the water and we're going to send that to myself. because I want to send it to myself on WhatsApp so that I can go there. Did it go to me? Almost. Yes. So there it is. I can copy it. See, I work with a plan. I don't have fancy editing equipment because I am strictly an amateur. So if anyone's watching this and thinking, oh my Lord, look at this stupid woman. Doesn't she know you get this? And doesn't she know that there's programs? I don't have any of that shot. And I'm sure it's wonderful, but I don't have the time to go and learn another new program. It took me long enough to learn this and master it. So this system works for me. And as I said, I'm not a professional. I am just self-taught and trying to use ChatGPT and Grok in a way that any layperson could use it, so that if anyone watching this and knows that they can follow these steps, and you can also create stuff. I'm not saying my stuff is like Oscar winning or anything, but I like doing it, and it's a creative outlet. And if at least 5 or 6 people enjoy what I do, sharp, I'm happy. And then, of course, if I get roasted in TNME chat, even better. So anyway, enough yakking. Let me go back to ChatGPT. So now I'm in ChatGPT. So I'm going to give it that image. And we all know ChatGPT is a little bit slow. It's the special child today. So there comes my paste, eventually. Okay. Let's see if we can have a nice little discussion. Oh, it's still busy uploading the picture. I'm one of the 5 that enjoys it. Thank you, Mr. Dawn. Wendy says the camera angle is perfect. Which camera angle, Wendy? Because we all know which one you enjoyed, but which one? Brenda says it's perfect. Thank you. Matt is be right back. Okay, Matty. Dosha, Matt is watching these during work time because I'm already almost 10 o'clock at night. Okay, so ChatGPT has uploaded it. Please use this. Hello, testing, testing. I've got to wait for the mic to catch up. Very slow. Hello, testing, testing. There we go. Please use this as the base image to set up the animation of him coming out of the water. And then I think we can immediately switch to something else. I'm just not sure what, so I'm open to suggestions. But I don't think we need to actually track him coming all the way out of the water, putting his shoes and clothing and whatever back on. So if you can animate it that he turns and he leaves the water and then immediately cut to where he is fully clothed. Please remember what he was wearing, black shoes, gray backpack, and then have him exiting. Or I think a spiritual moment is called for. I mean, he's just had his self-baptism. So I think we could actually animate something spiritual. Let me know your thoughts, please. Anyone in chat, if you've got any ideas, we'll see what ChatGPT says. We call it besigheid therapy. I wonder how you pronounce it or do you say besigheid? I'm imagining, because Dutch is a little harder than Afrikaans. Not, I mean, more difficult. I mean, the sounds are more hard. They're not, Afrikaans is sort of softened a bit. So besigheid or besigheid. But we would just say besigheid. The Z isn't pronounced. It's more of an S. Brenda says, Anjanette, the Amish people of New York made a mistake in their quilts. As we are not perfect, only God is. Yes, agreed. So my animations aren't perfect because that's God's territory. Okay, so let's send that animation, that instruction to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can read between my warbled speaking, so it knows what I'm going after. Wendy says she meant the camera angle when the gentleman came out of the water. Sure, we believe you. Bezigheid is occupation. Oh, in Dutch, we say beroep. Your beroep is your occupation. So that's interesting. Give me a second. I'm just going to go off camera for a second. I'm back. I just had to move the fan closer because I can't run upstairs now and go and put on another shirt. So I'll just put the fan a lot closer. Okay, so ChatGPT says, you're right not to waste time showing him dressing again. This kills pacing, exactly what I thought. This is the moment to pivot from physical to spiritual. What you want here is very short human action, exit water, then immediate emotional elevation, then hard visual transition. So it says best direction so far based on what I've done. Oh, the other thing I did, okay, wait, I'll get back to that. After baptism, presence, encounter, calling, not cheesy, not glowing fantasy nonsense, grounded, but unmistakably different. You see, ChatGPT knows because I kept telling it, do not go cheesy, do not go overboard, do not be asperous. Asperous is, Wendy will know what asperous is. Asperous is on purpose. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't gild the lily too much. Don't overdo it. Keep it grounded. Okay, so there is my base image. So what it's saying is camera movement is important. Spiritual movement. I'm not going to read all of that while this works. Okay, so if you want, I can design. You know what? Testing. 1, 2. Okay, clearly I'm not a singer. testing. I don't know. What do you want? No, but maybe just move it like a little bit into that gap. Yeah, man. Chat knows I'm waffling on you. Chat knows I'm dying. Oh, okay. You're listening now. Is this the animation prompt that you've just written? Or could you please write the animation prompt so that I can animate this and then we can move on to the final sequence? The final I need to see where we are in terms of time as well. So let's just start with you animating this for me. And please make sure that Grok keeps continuity on the features of the man because we've now established his face. We cannot lose continuity now. His face is a hard lock. It has to stay the way it is. Not frozen, it can move, but his features mustn't change. Thank you. Okay, a close-up because all his emotions have been... Oh, Deb says a close-up with the tear coming down his cheek because all his emotions have been touched. That's not a bad idea. I'm just always worried that it might be just a little too much. But let's see what we get there. And if we feel we need to put it in there, then we can. I don't want to zoom into his face too much. So yeah, let's see. You've got fantastic ideas though. Matt is back. He says it's excellent to see all of us. Okay, so now we should get an animation prompt. You see that face? If I go back here, I'm waiting for Grok to give me an animation. ChatGPT. If we zoom in on his face, there's not much for Grok to work on. So this is going to be a little bit of an issue, I'm thinking, because that's just basically a blob. Let's go back here. I'm still waiting for ChatGPT to give me my prompt. I think that is our. Okay, there he goes in. Then he comes out. I think that is the best image that we've got of his face. So then I'm going to show you a trick that I've learned. And that I learned when I was doing Breaking Bad. And ChatGPT was having one of its days where I can't generate this image because it's a real person. This is someone that ChatGPT has made up, so then I can get away with it. Let's just go back. I want to send that to myself. No. I'm going to save this. Okay. Prepare to be amazed, and maybe it works. That's done. I've saved that image, so I can actually just do that. And there is our prompt. So now I'm going to go back to ChatGPT on my laptop. On my iPad. Okay. So there's the animation prompt. So I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to Grok. And let's okay. And I've just deleted the damn thing. Damn it. Back to the drawing board. Just give me a second. Okay. That's the face. It didn't save it to me. Let me just see if it saved it to my photos. No, it didn't. Crap. Okay, back to the drawing board. It's just, you know what? We can actually do this. We want accuracy on the facial features. So save that because I think that's fine. So now let me just check that it's lying in my photo library. Yes, it is. So we go back to Grok. We want, and now it's lying there, typical. That's the image that we are going to animate and that. So, no. Okay, let's go back to Grok. Let's put it in imagine mode and select that and select that and then tick. Okay, now I'm in the right place. Then I'm going to copy, paste, because we've got our prompt. And then I just want to go and tweak my prompt. Sorry, give me a second here. I don't know. The man stands in blah, blah, blah. Do not follow him all the way out. Cut before he exits the lake. Is this the prompt? That looks a bit weird. No, it's not the prompt. Okay, so when I glitch properly. Oh, my word. I need to go back. I copied the wrong thing. Okay. Copy. And back to the drawing board. Let me close that and just open Grok from scratch, because I wanted to forget what I just pasted in there. And back to Imagine and see all. And we want that as number 1 and that as number 2. And then I'm going to copy that in, paste, and then base image, man standing in the water. Please use the face of the man in image 2. Okay. Let's see if that works. Because basically, we saw when we zoomed in, there was just a blob of a face there. So Grok was just going to make it up. Or we were going to get Quasimodo, one of the two. So when you give Grok an image and you say animate this, but use the face from image 2, it will then do that. Okay, I'm not sure if this is exactly the image the animation we wanted, but you see what I mean? It actually took the face that I gave it and stuck it here. So there's a tip. One of these days, I'm not going to need ChatGPT. I'm just going to screen grab an image that I want, give it to Grok with an animation. I'll get ChatGPT to write the animation prompt if it's complicated. I'm going to save this while I'm yakking away. Let's just reanimate this. Because like I said to you before, when you give Grok an instruction, sometimes it only sort of works on half of it. Anyway, so I will be able to give Grok any screenshot and we can test it out after this. Just a screen grab of any image and say to it, okay, animate according to this animation prompt, but use the face of the man in image 2. I did that when I was doing Breaking Bad and I wanted an image of Walter and Jesse together. So I stole a picture of the actual video footage or the film footage, and I gave a picture of Jeremy and a picture of Dan as Walt and Jesse. And it did it for me, and that was 2 faces. So it does work. This doesn't work. And it's animating it in portrait for some or other weird reason. Okay, back to the drawing board. And this time I'm just going to go here. ChatGPT, this animation is dull, dull, dull. I get that it's a spiritual moment and we want to portray quiet, but this is awful compared to what we've done so far. We cannot simply have him standing there for 3 or 4 seconds, turning, and the next second he's standing there with a backpack, and there's like a backpack on his back and fully clothed. There's nothing happening in this image. It's terrible. Please redo the animation prompt. Okay. ChatGPT on my iPad is faster than my laptop at the moment for some other weird reason. Back to the drawing board. Piffle. Let me catch up here because it seems like I've missed something. Welcome to Sim. Okay, maybe just his eyes and cheek close up, says Debbie's Joy. This is weird. I hear Poker Face or Lady Gaga on the radio, and at the same time, I have Dan's version in my head. Astrid says hello to Wendy. Wendy, that is funny. Great. Dan's version is better. Yes, I also like Debbie's Joy says she likes the way he looked down and then he looked back up at the heavens. Yes, that was a nice touch. ChatGPT now miraculously agrees with me. It says, correct, the issue is not spiritual versus quiet. It's lack of visual progression and camera energy. So now I have a second animation prompt, which means I've got to go back to ChatGPT, Grok, and do a whole fresh one. So imagine, oh yes, can you move the fan back? I'm freezing again. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so we want that one and that one and that. And then we're going to go paste. And we just want to go back to same man. Face must remain identical. To the man in image 2. Okay, so let's see if we get something better. And then while I quickly do something else. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, that one's sorted. It's on. Okay, what's happening? I'm a little bit bummed that this is in portrait mode because it's supposed to be in landscape, because it's going to break the continuity of my whole animation. And I'm trying to figure out why this is happening. But I'm going to save this because I kind of like what it did. Let me just animate it one more time, because like I said too, we always shoot the scene like a proper director. We shoot the scene a couple of times. And then we edit in the best bits. What? Oh, this. There we go. Joy, you're right. Back to the. I like the way you look down. Okay, so people are agreeing with Debbie's Joy. Debbie's Joy, you must have been a director in a previous lifetime. For all I know, you were a film producer. Okay, so here he comes out. I like the way this. Okay. I was just gonna say, I like the way the sun was hitting him, but it hit him so hard he just disappeared. It's literally just a bloop in the water. But I can cut. I can cut. And then just for 3 times lucky, maybe we get what we want with the third one. Oh, geez, I like the way the sun is hitting his head. And as I said that, he was just gone. He must have put on Frodo's ring, the one ring. Debbie's Joy, I could try for that. Wow. Okay. I think we're going to just, the more you tweak, the more it tends to drift. Because this is not the third time I generated it. Wendy says I should make a video of the deleted scene. I used to, in the beginning, when I first started playing around with AI, and I used to get images with 3 arms and weird things. I used to post the bloopers. But AI has improved so much that I very seldomly actually get bloopers. The other day we had 3 arms on the leprechaun. Okay. This one, there is squat I can use. I just want to see how many I've saved, because sometimes I forget to save. Yeah, as usual. I saved nothing. Yeah, that's where he disappeared. But now I need to go and check something, because it's going to do my head in. That it's not matching. Let me copy this. Okay, let me do this. Add. ChatGPT, I'm a little bit confused. The image I gave you is clearly landscape. Why is Grok animating it as portrait? Because Grok wouldn't do that. Grok, if I'm giving Grok landscape, it would animate landscape unless you specified a different size in your animation prompt. Please let me know what's happening here. Because you know what? We didn't just animate 4 minutes of song, and I didn't just spend easily 10, let's say 10 hours today and about 4 or 5 hours yesterday to have it end with something that's not perfect. No way. Okay, in the previous prompt, I did not explicit, yes, you nana. Okay. ChatGPT, we have already established this master header lock multiple times in this chat. Go back in the chat history. The 16.9 is a hard lock. You are not supposed to break it. You are AI. You are supposed to keep track. So please redo the animation prompt and force the landscape issue. I forget what you call it, but make sure it's in landscape mode, please. ChatGPT doesn't understand tone of voice, but it makes me feel better. If I can school the AI, I'm petty sometimes. I'm sorry. It's not one of my strong points. Wendy says a gentleman reminds her of Henry Cavill. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Okay, so that's still busy writing. ChatGPT, just to be clear, is this the same prompt as before? You've just nailed down or locked in the sizing. I didn't want you to write a whole new animation that varies or differs from the one we had earlier. I just want to confirm, have you animated this in exactly the same way? The reason I'm asking ChatGPT that is I've also learned the hard way that you will tell it to fix one little thing, and it's like literally just one little thing, like put in there that his shoes must stay on his feet or something stupid. You haven't asked for the whole animation to be rewritten, but maybe you've noticed that Grok keeps messing up his shoes or something. And then ChatGPT writes an entirely different prompt that strays from what we wanted in the first place. So I'm at the point where I would rather sort it out. Let's see what it says. No, and I need to be clear about this. It's not exactly the same prompt. I kept the structure and the intent, but I tightened and slightly enhanced pacing. What changed? Camera is more consistently moving to fix the dull issue. Opening sequence engages faster. No lingering. No, it's fine. We were just checking, so we'll go back and grab that. You see, these are the little things you've got to keep an eye on. And sometimes I get so excited because I get an animation and it's perfect and it's exactly what I wanted. And when I go and place it in the sequence, then I notice, but shit, it's the wrong size, or this wasn't right, or that wasn't right. So I don't always spot the details. So now we have to go back to Imagine. I need to clear out this chat at some point. Why are you not oh, it's already there. So we want that one and we want that one. And we're going to go there. And we're going to go copy in. And then we must just remember base image. Character continuity, same face must remain identical. The This is an Apple issue. I cannot, there we go, identical to the man in image 2. Okay. Because if we had to tell it to remain identical to the base image, we would get Quasimodo, because it's just like this little putty blob. And we don't want that. You know why I think ChatGPT Grok messed up? It's because I cropped the image of his face so that it was a close-up of the face, so that Grok had more to work with. And I think that's what the problem is, because Grok is now continuously... Oh, okay. Grok is now ignoring what ChatGPT said. So back to the drawing board, but at least you guys can appreciate that this doesn't happen in 2 seconds flat. There's a lot of things. We have our face. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to crop it. I cropped because I wanted it to get a nice clear picture of the face. But as I said, it's confusing it with the aspect ratio. Is that the right word I'm using, Matt? Aspect ratio. I wouldn't know. So let's save that. And then we'll start all over again. We are already in Imagine. And we're going to use that image and that one. Paste in our prompt. This time we should have it right. Okay, identical to the face from image, oh shit, from image 2. Okay. Oh, goodness. Sorry it's taking so long. Yeah, you typically want an aspect ratio of 16.9 for YouTube and 3.4 for Shorts. Your AIs are arguing with each other, says Deb. Brenda says, oh crap, he's been poofed. Yes, that must be the bit where, oops, he was gone. You saw him and then he was gone. Okay, so I think, can you, it's, I don't know why it's, okay, well, that's not what we wanted to see. It certainly made it visually interesting. He's walking on water, ladies and gents. Okay. I don't know how that's the same prompt, but never mind. I think I'm going to have to make peace with this because it's just determined. This is a hard lock. Strictly landscape what is it? 16.9 mode. Obey the instruction. I'll tell you one thing, when Grok starts messing up, you can stand on your head and you can whistle Dixie through your rear end. It ain't going to change. Okay, so this is the last one. If we don't get it right now, too bad, too sad. I'm losing viewers while I struggle on one little point. Who is that that always says that? That's Jeremy from TNME. He's always keeping an eye on his viewers. You know what? No. going to go back to the first prompt because the first prompt was better. And now we're taking forever just to animate the last scene. No, that one, that. Paste. Oh, trying to get the identical to the face from image 2. Base image aspect ratio strictly 16.9 landscape. This is a hard lock. Okay, let's see. And then we're going to slot it in and then we'll see where we are with time. Wendy says that is weird. At the moment he came out of the water, he had his shoes on while he still stands in the water. I know it does weird things. So, yeah. And Debbie says she noticed that too, and I didn't actually. I'm going to make peace with this and just accept it, and we'll do a clever cut. Because otherwise we are just going to get mired down in a tiny detail. And yeah, we still have a few more minutes to animate here. We are there. Okay. Then recently added. Let's just download. And we've got that. I'm just downloading quickly so we don't sit and have to wait for each one. Okay, so we've got that one where the aspect ratio was wrong, but I'm going to make peace with it. That was boring. That was just dull. This one, he came out of the water. And that could work. I'm just bummed that it's in the wrong aspect ratio. And it's going to stand out like a freaking sore thumb. Wait, he was already standing. Did he come out of the water with shoes on? No, he came out barefoot. And then he has shoes on as he walks away. Let me see what this one was. That's where he disappeared. And then he did that. But let me see something. That ends there. Is he a little bit further up the hill there? Although we also don't want to have him walking forever. I mean, we need a change of pace here. Oh, God. Okay. I just want to try something there. It's been fun. I've enjoyed doing this. But let's see how much of the song we have left. Let's go there. Yeah, we don't want to mess up and have half the song on the wrong place again. Split and detach. Let's just do that again. Split, detach, and make short starts. Shall we listen to the whole song? Just because we haven't in a while, and see how the end came together. Trying to think to get it to play bigger. I'm going to send it to myself on WhatsApp. Then we'll see a bigger picture, I think. Yeah, Mr. Dawn says yes. Everyone says yes. And then we'll just forget about the ending for now. I will work on that either later tonight or tomorrow. And tomorrow I come at it with fresh eyes again. I've learned not to post too quickly because sometimes I see stuff afterwards that I'm like, oh man, I could have done that better. And once you put it on YouTube, it's there. You can't just go and faff with it. Okay, so let me send it. And okay. It should be on YouTube, on WhatsApp now. Let's just go out there and Okay. What is that? I was trying to figure out how to get it off the screen and minimize. Okay, so we're back there. So what do you guys think? Does it, as I said, I'm going to work on the ending. Wendy says it's wonderful to see that you and Grok used different angles like frog perspectives and bird perspective. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Debbie's Joyce says, excellent, awesome, wonderful. Yeah, the ending, when we come back tomorrow night, I'll probably have the finished product and then we can just do any final little tweaks before I post. Matt says it's looking great so far. Unfortunately, he has to go, but you all have an excellent day and Jesus Christ bless you all with excellence. Mr. Dawn says excellent. So, yeah, it's good feedback. Thank you so much. You know what? I know people, the photography terms. Thank you, Wendy. As I said, I know squat about anything. I've just learned the aspect ratio now. So everything I do is in layman's terms. So that's why I said, if I can do this, anyone can do this. And let's just spare a moment. I know everyone whinges about AI, but if you think about it, if somebody had to, for the most part, you cannot tell that is AI. It could just as well have been shot with cameras. There might be the odd little weird bit that somebody that is very technical will know that if the rays are coming in from a certain angle, the shadow should be here or whatever. But for the average person, this looks like it was shot with cameras, with actual cameras. So if you think about it, if this whole thing had to have been filmed the way it appears on this, it would have taken a crew of actors, directors, cameramen, lighting, whatever, location. It will probably take at least a week to maybe shoot, or 2 weeks to shoot all of this in the different locations. And here I've created it in about 15, 16 hours on and off. So it's actually amazing what AI can do. And I cannot see how you could still justify, for just scenic shots. I understand. Oh, yeah, let me just do something here. Marius, hold on. Sorry, I just had to deal with something here quickly. So yeah, as I said, if you think about it, why would you still, okay, I know it's people's jobs and everything, but everything evolves and there's always progress happening. So I cannot see how you would still waste money and resources and the millions it costs to shoot scenic things in movies when you can generate it this way. And I'm just a little pleb with no training. Imagine what someone that's professionally trained could do with this. So, yes, there's certain scenes where they will still need actors, of course, because you can't go and put AI people in, it's not the same. But those scenes could be shot. They use green screens for that anyway these days. That's just my personal opinion. Every movie has scenery shots where there's not always people in the shot. And that's the type of thing that they could probably use AI for. Maybe I'm talking out my ass and maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just looking at it from a layperson's point of view. But in any case, yes, so I think that works. What is the time? 46. We probably still got 14 minutes left. Did somebody want to request a meme or something? Did somebody particularly want to see someone ask something? There was, what was it that I said I wanted to do the other day? Oh, just some other things. We've got time. If I put that over there and and now it's typical. I'm thinking of something and now I can't. What scene from what movie could we grab and then just see if we could do something with it? Steel Magnolias.
I don't know.
Oh, I love this movie. It was so good.
Well, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
got it.
You're not sure.
Angel says she's off
I'm
to
intrigued. Are you
Hi,
married
Angel.
or not?
Good night
These are not
to the
difficult
sea.
questions.
Remember that movie with beauty parlor gossip, big hair, and a bride whose wedding colors were pink and
Let me
pink?
see.
That
If
was Steel
I go
Magnolias, a
here,
1989 classic about a group of Southern women who gather at Trudy's beauty
minimize.
spot in
I'm looking
small
just
town
for a
Louisiana.
scene quickly. Give me a second. I'm looking for something iconic from the movie. I'm working with the plan. Just go back here. Ah, no, I'm going to just glitch now because I can't think of anything to do.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. I'm intrigued. Are you married or not?
Okay, let's just try that one for shits and giggles. New. Wait. Okay. Copy. And if I give that to Grok, because this is what we're trying to do here. Let's move Grok there as well. I'm just going to try something. I don't know why Grok always throws that animation up, but never mind. Okay, so I'm just doing something very random here now. So just bear with me for those of you that are still watching. Okay. Sorry, just sorting out a crisis. Teenagers. My grandchildren are almost all teenagers now. So, okay, let's grab that face and we go here. Paste. No. Paste. Okay. How many faces are in this? 1, 2, 3. So we've got one face. And who's next? I want to see, I'm testing a theory with Grok. Not a theory, what I've figured out. And we add the second face, and we need one more face. I'm just grabbing random faces. It really doesn't matter. It's a principle that I'm testing. Okay. And whoever's face is next gets it. Okay, well, we don't want the eye dot. Let's grab Kada. Kada, you're it. Maybe that one. That could pass for a lady with the glasses. And there. Paste. And then we'll say animate image 1 using the faces from images 2 to 4 for the faces in image 1 clockwise. No, I'm not going to say clockwise. Let's just see what we get in image 1. I'm trying to see if I can bypass ChatGPT to first create an image with my faces before I can animate it. So as I said, I've just grabbed a random picture. We see the where Mark says he's pretty entertaining. Yeah, we could make him dance in a circus. Look at that. Oh, good. Now, but you see, okay, they messed up a little bit because they should have used Dolly Parton. Okay, so let me just fix my typing. Using. I'm going to download this because I think that's pretty damn awesome. Okay, wait, download. Do you guys see what I just did with Grok? And this is how advanced Grok is getting. Okay, let me just pause it for a second. What I did was you can take any image and give it to Grok, imagine. So that's image 1 is your base image. Then you can take the faces that you want in the image. And you can actually say to Grok, okay, in image A, I want the man from image 2's face for the person to the right and blah, 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 blah. And then Grok will not just replace the faces, but you can do your animation at the same time, which means you don't have to go and create a separate image. I don't first have to go and do a face swap or whatever in ChatGPT. I can just straight away give what I want to animate to Grok. The only thing I will need ChatGPT for is to possibly write the prompt, because I can say to ChatGPT, are you familiar? I always start like this because you want to give it a chance to show off, and at the same time you can gauge whether it knows the scene. So I will say, are you familiar with the scene in Steel Magnolias where the eggs get crushed in the boot of the car? And then it will come back and say, yes, I know the scene, this, that, next thing. And then you know, okay, it's got the scene. Sometimes it comes back and you're like, no, sweetie, you've got the wrong movie or whatever. So you can actually, as I said now, just use ChatGPT and say, okay, write the animation prompt for that scene that I want to reenact. And then you can give that prompt to Grok with the base image that I've just snagged directly off YouTube with a snippet tool, where you just grab it, stick it in with the faces, and voila. It messed up a little because it was supposed to do Dolly Parton, one of them is Kada, which it didn't. But maybe if we generate it the second time, we would get Kada. But now look at that. I mean, there's Beardo, and Jeremy is a dead ringer for whoever the hell that's supposed to be.
Well, I just don't think that's a very good idea.
Look at Beardo's expression. I think that's classic. Okay, let's go out of there. Okay, let me just clean up my typing because I type tiks with my gat, which in English means I type like my ass. Animate image 1. Let me now see if we can go a step further from the movie Steel Magnolias, where the eggs get crushed in the, do you guys also call it a boot, the boot of the car? Using the faces from images 2. Okay, now maybe I needed to say 2, 3, and 4. To replace the faces in image 1. Okay, let's see if we get a slightly better result, and let's see if we can actually get Kada in there. And Grok is so fast as well. That's the other thing I like. Grok is like this. Did I just freeze? I'm frozen. And such a good expression on my face too. I think it's because it's using a lot of bandwidth now to do what I needed it. Now look at that. Okay, well, not quite, but and look at Kada and look at Beardo. I swear that's Madame Savvy they've stuck in there as well. Watch Dolly Parton. She almost looks like Madame Savvy. But now do you see, with a proper animation prompt, not me fart-assing about and just typing in something quick, you could do that. Maybe we must do that on another stream, is grab scenes from movies, get ChatGPT to write the proper animation prompt, and then give it to Grok like this to animate with the faces. I think that could be fun. Anyways, let's get Jeremy and his eggs off. Maybe if I did that and we played it on the big screen. I forgot to do that. I'm always forgetting something. No, it's about the same size. But I mean, the facial accuracy to Beardo and to all three of them, Kada is nailed, Beardo is nailed, and Jeremy sort of, not 100%, but it's definitely Jeremy. You wouldn't say it's not Jeremy. So that definitely works. Okay, so that is definitely something that, as I said, I discovered by accident, not by accident, but out of necessity when ChatGPT was being an asshole again. Okay, so we are done for tonight. We've got 2 minutes to go. I hope everyone found it interesting and enjoyed the song, and will like and share and whatever. And please like, share, and subscribe. Teresa Minton says, look how good Dolly Parton and her being small fit with Kada being short. Yeah, it was perfect. It absolutely nailed the faces. And I'm telling you, it did a better job than ChatGPT. Because the other thing that happens is ChatGPT generates the image and then you give it to Grok to animate. And sometimes Grok distorts the features slightly. And I feel that by doing it this way, there's less of a step in between. There's less room for it to go funny. So I think in another stream, in the next stream, we can maybe test that out. I will probably finish the dance song, Joy, tomorrow. And then I'll premiere it on the channel tomorrow night, maybe towards like halfway through. And I can schedule it on YouTube. I just don't think when you play on YouTube through StreamYards, it comes out that well. But it's fine. It can we can set the premiere for later and then just play the song live on here. Wendy says, thank you for streaming, girl, and thank you for your comments, dearest chat. Have a good one, everyone. Ciao, ciao. Yeah, I'm also going to say goodbye. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging. Please remember, I forgot to tell you guys to drop your links. If anyone remembers to subscribe to Matt as well, and anyone else that has a channel. Mr. Dawn says, you all have a good one. Debbie's Joy says, I was wondering if you, Anjanette, ever want to go back and read all the chat comments that we say while you're creating. If they erase, maybe your husband will scream. No, they actually stay on file. I never thought of doing that, Debbie's Joy. I must actually do that. I'm normally so rushed with time because I still work during the day. I've got my practice to run. I'm a financial advisor. So that's pretty demanding. And then I try and squeeze these in between. I did cheat a little bit this afternoon and I took some time off and then I worked on it again after we finished streaming last night. I am lucky that, it is my own practice. So I do work flexi time. So I work hard, I work smart, not hard. So yeah, I do maybe have, oh, you call it a trunk, says Teresa Symptom. Anyway, thank you for another great day, Anjanette, says Debbie's Joy. Ach, my pleasure, man. Hopefully you guys still enjoy hanging out with me every night. I'm trying to keep the streams to 2 hours, unless we're really into something and we want to finish it. Like last night, it went over a bit. But yeah, if we can keep it to about under 2, then I think it's fair. So yeah, everyone have a fantastic night further. And again, thank you for hanging with me. And then tomorrow we should have that animation finished. I'm going to think of something totally different for the end. I think we're kind of done with him coming out of the water. We need to move on and have something totally different for the end. Deb Bozart says goodbye, everyone, and thanks to Anjanette. Yeah, great. Thanks, everyone.